First Bank.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Business News. I am Adeshewa Josh. The Minister of Communication Technology, Mrs. Omobola Johnson, has asked banking institutions in the country to redouble efforts in making electronic commerce more viable to low-income earners in the country. Mrs. Omobola, who spoke at an event organized by the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, said using the e-commerce platform could help generate over 10 billion naira for the country in the next 3 years. She also called for a synergy between banking institutions and telecommunications operators in ensuring a successful mobile payment system.
A mobile payment system is useful when there are things to buy. And right now, our e-commerce system industry is one of the fastest growing in the world. We're looking at an industry that will be about a $10 billion industry within the next 2 to 3 years. However, even at $10 billion, we're just scratching the surface. And what is really going to drive this industry is the capacity for the low-income Nigerians to make payments on this infrastructure at little or no cost.
Minister of Communication Technology, Mrs. Omobola Johnson. The pursuit of environmental and social responsibility in banking operations has led to a meeting today in Lagos between First City Monument Bank and media practitioners. Discussions at the event include the integration of environmental criteria into lending and investment strategy, development of new products that provide environmental business with easier access to capital, while protecting the image of the bank. Our correspondent, Oluwa Shonibare, reports.
The role of banks in providing a suitable platform for sustainable development without depletion of natural resources is undeniably important. To this end, First City Monument Bank is holding this parley with members of the press to further express its readiness to open its doors of communication. The Group Managing Director of the bank, Mr. Ladi Balogun, explains further on the importance of the meeting.
It does provide a platform for us to enrich our knowledge and that of our partners in the media on this topical issue of sustainability. That we don't only talk about the profits, we don't only talk about the wonderful products we all have, but we also begin to talk a lot more about the impact we're having on society and on our communities.
The guest speaker, Kari Bojanan, explains the many roles of the media in ensuring banks are held accountable.
I think it's time, we need to raise the bar and raise the profile and the spotlight on all of the amazing things that actually are coming out of Nigeria. And I also think you guys have a role. It depends on what you think the role of the media is in Nigeria generally. Are you catalysts? Are you analysts? Are you reporters? Are you storytellers? Are you litmus tests? I don't know how you guys see yourselves, but I see that you guys have a role in holding these banks accountable for the things that they have publicly pledged, committed to do. Hold them accountable. Hold the CBN accountable.
The organizers and participants leave with parting shots.
We have the social responsibility of letting people know what's going on, and I'm actually very proud of the giant strides in development and what FCMB has done in terms of giving back to the customer.
It's important that as we build more confidence in the banking industry and we attract more savings as an industry as a whole, which can then be lent to businesses and entrepreneurs to grow, that we create an industry that is not so volatile, an industry that is sustainable.
The connection between a bank's profitability and the environmental record of its clients has influenced this meeting, and FCMB is ensuring its credibility is made known to all. Oluwa Shonibare, Channels Television News.
Economists in the business community have begun to forecast on the economic outlook of 2015 at a forum organized to evaluate the implications of the election year on all sectors. The economists maintain that the variables are more likely to be consistent. They are, however, worried that the quality of the investment climate is full of uncertainties.
From all indications, the major variables are likely to remain consistent and stable. Key macro variables, for instance, like inflation, like exchange rates, like foreign reserves, like oil prices, they are all likely generally to be stable. But what we have always worried about is the quality of the investment climate. Because the quality of investment climate affects productivity. Productivity affects the capacity of the economy to create jobs. The capacity to create jobs also affects the trends, what you can see about unemployment and poverty, and to some extent even the security in the country. So as far as the productivity of the economy is concerned, there isn't much to hope for, in the short to medium term.
As global crude oil prices drop below $100 per barrel, our market watchers are looking to OPEC to cut oil production target. Many OPEC members, including Nigeria, rely on oil prices staying above the $100 mark in order to meet their budgetary requirements. But the United Arab Emirates Energy Minister Suhail Al-Mazroui says the decision is to cut oil production target and will be taken by all oil ministers when they meet 2 months from now. This comment comes days after OPEC CEO Abdallah Salim Al-Badri indicated that the group may reduce its official 2015 daily production limit by 500,000 barrels per day from 30 million barrels per day when they meet in November. To the Nigerian equities market now, where trading ended on a negative note as the all-share index shed 1.09% to close Tuesday's session at 40,537.2. Bolaji Akinwale tells us more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The local bourse continued on a downward swing as the benchmark index dropped 1.09% to close on Tuesday at 40,537.20. The highest price loss was recorded by GlaxoSmithKline with 5 naira. Nigeria Breweries shared 3 naira 99 kobo, while Dangote Cement lost 3 naira 85 kobo. On the advances list, Mobil added 5 naira 95 kobo to its share price ahead of Owando and Ecobank Transnational Incorporated with 1 naira 31 kobo and 74 kobo in that order. On the volume chart, Transcorp pulled the highest units of shares at 56.7 million, while AECO and Diamond Bank raked in 38.8 million and 23.4 million units. At the end of the session, investors exchanged 3.492 billion naira for 294.3 million shares in 5,097 deals. And that's it on the Stock Market Report. I'm Bolaji Akinwale.
Thanks a lot, Bolaji. And that's Business News Tonight. The News at 10 continues in a moment.
First Bank.
Still ahead on the news at 10, Portugal Football Association confirms former Greek coach Fernando Santos as national team manager. That's on sports. To join us here.